Need more agility in a fast-moving world? Lenovo services offer reliable, flexible support for future-facing businesses. Be ready for the rapid development of modern workplaces. Ready to act on today's ways of working, and already planning for the future. That's the goal of every IT professional. Lenovo services make the goal a reality. Lenovo brings you industry-leading technology and solutions with purposeful design and a heritage of trusted quality and innovation. We boost the productivity of remote workers while keeping them secure. Our transformational technology is at work all around the world, assisted by strategic partnerships and dedicated technical support. And our services portfolio covers the whole IT asset lifecycle, from planning to IT asset recovery. Our flexible approach means we're ready to support you, helping to identify exactly what you need today and what you'll need tomorrow. Lenovo Services, agile thinking for modern workplace challenges.
Hello and welcome to Lenovo Presents Smarter India, Future-Ready Flexibility in association with CNBC TV18. I'm Ritu Bhandari. A crisis like COVID-19 is not a planned event and surely took the world by surprise. Countries had to shut down, social distancing became the norm, and just like that, the way we went about our daily lives was changed dramatically. It is safe to say that perhaps what we are experiencing right now is the new normal, where established practices have had to be reimagined and companies are adapting to a new style of functioning. Over the course of today's event, we will hear from industry stalwarts and leaders on how organizations can prepare and equip themselves to become future ready. We will also take a look at how organizations should approach investing in technology going forward and consider migrating certain IT expenses from a CapEx to an OpEx model. And to help set this context further, I'm now going to welcome Rahul Agarwal, CEO and MD of Lenovo India, to deliver a keynote on how the future is digital.
Hello everyone, my name is Rahul Agarwal and I work as the CEO and MD of Lenovo India. Today's session on Smarter India is all about how to make organizations future ready, especially after what we've gone through over the last few months. Now, a few things are very clear to everyone. One, that the future of workplace would be hybrid. Employees don't want to come to office every day. Employers also do not want employees to come every day. And therefore, we need a system, a practice which can facilitate this kind of working. Secondly, digitization, which has already been happening for the last 20 years, will accelerate and technology will become even more important. And the devices plus the ecosystem will need to be more secured, more reliable, and also more consistent in the performance. Employees clearly want more from the technology today and from their IT department. They want higher quality devices. They want devices which are secured. They want devices which are up and running all the time. Now, what does it mean for IT? Quite a lot. Their world has changed. And last 8 or 9 months have made them think more than what they would have done in the last few years. So firstly, they have to do a lot more pre-planning on devices. What is the right device? What are the right tools for what kind of employees, for what kind of use? Second, remote management. Now, it's one thing to manage hundreds and thousands of devices in one office or a few offices, but it's very different ball game to do that in thousands of homes and hundreds of cities. Thirdly, and which is very important, is security. What are the right security protocols? What is the right level of security? How can the IT folks really ensure that organizations don't have to worry about security? So if you add all this, the job of IT people is becoming a far larger role. It is becoming more strategic, more central to how organizations work. Earlier they could get away with some degree of breakdown, but now they have to make sure that the device, the technology platforms are working all the time. And imagine the IT department has to achieve all this along with the constant pressure on cost cutting and expense control. Because as COVID has hit the economy and organizations, the CFOs are under even more pressure to be more cost conscious. What organizations need today is not just internal competence and the right mindset, but also the right technology partners who can handhold them on this digital journey and also help them be ready to be prepared for such events in future. Lenovo has an end-to-end PC life cycle solutions. We've been working for a long time on this, and we feel that today, not just our hardware but our services combined gives the right solution to our customers. Right from strategic planning to deployment to security to asset disposal and to do any kind of managed services, we have all the services that our customers may ever need. In addition, we also offer device as a service to everyone. I'm quite sure that you will find the rest of this event quite interesting. We have a whole lot of people who will come and share their perspective on what is going around and what Lenovo can do to help our customers. All the best.
Now, with work from home becoming the new normal and the pandemic having accelerated digital transformation journeys by several years and technology becoming a key enabler in planning for the future, business leaders have to look at innovative and cost-effective models that can be implemented to manage their workforce remotely and securely in these precarious times. Up next, we have Debashish Chatterjee, CEO and MD of Mindtree, joining us to share his insights on how businesses are transforming in the new normal.
Thank you for having me here with you today. At the outset, I hope you and your families are safe and doing well. Before I begin, I would like to start with a question. When we entered 2020, how many of us imagined a world where work from home would become the new normal? Well, the technology sector alone has enabled the migration of more than 95% or about 4 million professionals to the new normal or remote working in record time. I would like to talk about three big takeaways. First, everybody has assimilated the digital ways of working. Second, the acceleration of digital. And third and last, the business models are getting redefined. So let me elaborate on each of these points a little more. Everybody has assimilated the digital ways of working, but IT has been very resilient. Industry rallied together and applauded world over for smooth functioning and minimum disruption. Work from home enabled for 95% or more in record time. Let me give an example within my own company. We have almost 100% work from home within 2 weeks of lockdown. Usage on our collaboration platform went up by more than 500%. We see increased investment in key areas seen across cloud transformation, e-commerce, digital channels, AI, ML, cybersecurity, so on and so forth. Redefining business models, and all accelerated by the digital. Our working models have got a new definition. We used to traditionally talk about on-site agile, then came distributed agile. Now is the time for no-show agile. You can deliver agile from anywhere. All the business transformations are led by digital, emerging technologies. We must use emerging technologies to our advantage and redefine possibilities. The crisis has forced everyone to accelerate digital and also redefine business models. And some of these redefined business models will be the new normal. This trend in evolution of business models is only going to be exponential going forward. Thank you, CNBC TV 18, for having me here. Have a great day and a great event. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Well, some great insights there. Now, with the pandemic really accelerating digital transformation in the new normal, IT asset management, a critical function of IT teams that includes driving end user productivity and managing total cost of ownership, has also had to be reimagined. When not optimized or built to scale for the evolving needs of an organization, IT teams may find themselves facing multiple challenges like difficulty in tracking lost or critical assets, software compliance issues, suboptimal IT usage spends, and overburdened IT resources. And now, to better understand these challenges and take us through some innovative solutions that can be implemented to mitigate these risks, I'd like to invite Rohit, Director Service Sales at Lenovo India, to please deliver his keynote.
Hello everyone, my name is Rohit and I lead the services and solutions business at Lenovo India. Before I start, I hope and wish that all of you, your families and friends are safe and continue to be safe during this pandemic. Over multiple webinars, you may have many times heard that the pandemic has accelerated digital transformation journeys by several years, and technology is quickly becoming essential to everything we do. With work from home becoming the new normal, organizations are moving away from on-premise IT infrastructures. This is just like hearing and reading about wearing masks or social distancing or regular washing of hands. Are we not aware of all this already? So instead, let me change gears and share with you a real case study of one of our customers using Lenovo Smart Fleet service and how it helped them. Earlier this year, while the pandemic had just started, we were in negotiation with the large education institute, a global leader in education technology. Our approach was not just to position our device portfolio, but to also partner with the institute to enable uninterrupted, seamless education and enable students to learn from anywhere by implementing customized support and management to ensure student productivity. By working closely with the customer, we proposed a tailor-made solution through the Lenovo Services Smart Fleet solution that guaranteed the full benefits of the devices with hassle-free experience. The solution covered from deploying ready-to-use devices to students, to managing installation, site imaging and provisioning, and to having extended visibility and device control that help track and manage every student's device remotely. This is a classic example of how a large, progressive educational institute looking to adopt modern IT environments characterized by cloud-based resources that better facilitate remote and flexible learning achieved their objective with Lenovo Smart Fleet services. In fact, besides lowering cost and saving time, the institute could redeploy their own IT resources to other critical tasks while at the same time not compromising on either the student's experience or the student satisfaction or IT policies. To help understand the Lenovo Smart Fleet offer and to help you assess if your organization needs to use Lenovo Smart Fleet, I do have some questions for you to answer. Do you have a unified tool set and standardized process? Is your IT team performing repetitive tasks that can be automated? Do you have a vision for simplifying and automating asset management processes? Do you have an automated means to track and report on IT assets? Do you know the real-time whereabouts of each asset? Many businesses have hardware and software sitting idle. Do you have the data intelligence to help you recover this idle hardware and software and repurpose? Many organizations deliver patches and updates via agents installed on end clients. How do you ensure agents are installed and working at all times? Are there software and applications that need to be installed and functioning? Do you have the means to ensure this? When a software is corrupted, degraded, or becomes uninstalled during non-IT hours, how do end users obtain help? Are there inventory or compliance audit cycles within your organization? How are you constructing or getting these reports? What are your organization's compliance requirements around device configuration, software and patches? How are you delivering BIOS, drivers, patches and application updates? Do you require supervisor access and control for remote and distributed devices? Do you have visibility to user inertia and degraded device productivity? If you have answered the above as yes, I would truly urge you to stay tuned. Lenovo Smart Fleet Services is Lenovo's asset management solutions for endpoint, hardware and software, and allows the customer to proactively manage their devices for compliance, security, device performance, and IT cost management. And all of this through a single pane of glass. It is a unified tool set and standardized process to automate repetitive tasks performed by IT teams, efficiently manage employee productivity during project spikes like a large-scale deployment or a refresh, and simplify asset management processes to free up IT teams' time. Lenovo Smart Fleet enables asset tracking in a remote working environment. That is to track and report IT assets with real-time updates. Support to plan ahead for risk mitigation in event of device and data loss. Access to data intelligence to help recover idle hardware and software for efficient repurposing. Lenovo Smart Fleet would also help make compliance and governance easy. Easy reporting with complete visibility of IT assets. Allow for delivery of BIOS updates, drivers, software patches, and application updates seamlessly. Monitor and control compliance status across your organization, including remote and distributed devices. And finally, Lenovo Smart Fleet would help optimize your TCO, total cost of ownership, with intelligent and meaningful data. Access to ongoing usage data to help recover idle IT spends, example, an unused software license or underutilized devices. Customize device configuration software and services support based on end user. Get visibility to user inertia or degraded device productivity. To summarize, Lenovo Smart Fleet Services looks at asset management comprehensively with focus on 6 key pillars. 1. Asset management, and this covers hardware and software. Asset tracking. 3. Health monitoring and software self-heal. 4. Compliance management. 5. Managed security. And 6th, TCO management. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope I have managed to give you a comprehensive insight on Lenovo Smart Fleet Service. Before I end, I thank you for your patience and attention today. I do hope the sessions have helped you get a better and deeper understanding of our service portfolio and given you the confidence on Lenovo's ability to be your trusted advisor. Thank you.
A plethora of solutions there for organizations to consider deploying for managing their IT assets. While IT leaders continue to innovate and adapt to rethink and reimagine their organization's technology demands, business leaders have had to look at emerging financial models to adopt to better navigate their digital terrain, helping them identify key value drivers not only for finance but also for business operations. And to share his insights on this subject, we have with us V.S. Parthasarathy, President, Mobility Services Sector at Mahindra Group, joining us here today. Well, over to you, Partha.
Thank you. Happy to be connected. My thanks to CNBC and Lenovo for this opportunity. The topic of staying one step ahead in the digital transformation of business is of great importance and relevance, especially in these uncertain times. Digitization brought about changes in leaps and bounds for more than a decade now. How do we look at it in the present context? Peter Drucker stated, the greatest danger in terms of turbulence is not the turbulence itself. It is to act with yesterday's logic. And in this new normal, we need to rethink and redesign our business and rise with new mantras. In the new normal, ice has become nice. Let me explain. I've often said that going forward, only innovative and adaptive companies will survive in the age of C, climate change, and E, experiential commerce, hence ICE. The relevance of this statement was demonstrated in the current pandemic. This proves that the speed of change has dramatically increased in the new normal, thus making it new normal or nice. Even before COVID times, competition was propping up from every corner with tech-enabled business models, creating disruption This makes it essential for organizations to keep technology as their key focus. Business of the future need to be built to adapt instead of just built to last. Nowadays, virtual is the new way of life. We are homebound and working virtually, be it collaboration, learning, or employee engagement. However, when things open up, one must add an ingredient of physical to make it experientially great for all stakeholders. How does a CEO or business leader evaluate workplace digital transformation and work with the CIO and CFO? Firstly, the digital transformation initiative needs to be an enabler of process improvement, automation, information security, and reliability. Thus, a business leader will be able to justify investment only against the reduction of risks in the current systems, increased productivity, reliability of information, etc. The business leaders need to stop thinking IRR and Excel projections and think in terms of measures of performance, disruptive productivity, and change in business model. The best approach to digital investment in technology is: firstly, think digital in existing business and operations, anything and everything you do. Second, be digital in new activities in existing businesses and processes. Third, be born digital when bringing in a new process depending on the stage and area of the business. All three need to be used. Business processes involving money flow and decision flow. Therefore, finance and accounts department can play a lead role in IT implementation and should work closely with the CIO or the tech team. This directly empowers the beneficiary to drive the right priorities with agility, thereby creating a balance between cost, coverage, and speed. As a business leader, I would want to innovate, be agile, and be effective, experiment, and create a corporate garage for experiment. In my case, being both CFO and CIO in my past role, this was much easier. CIOs must also strategically transform the IT infrastructure with disruptive changes in the IT space, like moving from CapEx to OpEx model of IT, infrastructure with cloud and SaaS, etc. This has transformed the financial model of IT in the past decade, making companies light in assets and heavy in returns. These are big financial decisions to be made for successful digital transformation. Is there a mantra to invest? I have two. First is, you have plethora of solutions and all of them can work. How do you not spend too much money but still experience them and experiment with them? So, suggestion, fire bullets before you fire the cannonball, meaning take smaller shots, understand what works for your organization before you put the big button of the cannonball again. The second one is in situation where you know, okay, this ERP is going to work for me, or this solution is going to work for me. Before you take it on a big scale, can you nail it before you scale it? Meaning undertake a pilot, undertake a smaller version, and then blow it full and bigger. Put big money after you have foolproofed the system. In the end, as they say, never let a good crisis go to waste. This is an opportunity to go beyond what is needed today, an opportunity to do what cannot be done in normal times, and thus make digitization and technology not just a business driver, but as a competitive edge through business model transformations. Thank you. God bless.
Indeed, as Partha just put it there, one must never let a good crisis go waste. And in fact, this pandemic has been a tremendous opportunity for companies to innovate and go beyond what is needed today. Thanks very much for joining us, Partha. Now, with businesses getting even more competitive, they need to take back their time, their capital, and their resources to focus on what they do best. And to tell us how organizations can do that, I'd like to invite once again Rohit Midha, Director Service Sales at Lenovo India.
Hi everyone, I'm back again. Smarter India our discussion subject for today is about making India future ready. We heard Rahul talk about the growing importance of technology and the changing paradigm. Mr. Parthasarathi spoke about never letting a good crisis go to waste, a very deep thought, and about business model transformation. With COVID, organizations have been under pressure on cash flows. As businesses limp back, the dilemma around prioritizing expenses will be a difficult one to solve in the boardroom. Organizations have traditionally thought about IT purchase as a capex only model, but the pandemic is forcing companies to innovate. On one hand, with work from home, businesses need best-in-class devices and technology, and on the other hand, there is the strong push to reduce cost. With this context, we are seeing more companies adapt the device as a service model, wherein they don't pay upfront but still provide their employees with best-in-class devices, services, and solutions. I am here today to talk about Lenovo's device as a service offering. As a service model is not new to us. As individuals, we are all experiencing subscription and consumption-based offerings like Netflix, like Spotify, like Zipcar, and many others. As a service model is gaining acceptance because they are convenient, they are customizable, and they offer attractive pricing, and more importantly, they address our needs the way we want them. For the PC industry, as per IDC, by 2023, at least 20% of the hardware purchases will be on an as-a-service subscription type model. In unit value, it is expected to be a few million devices that we are talking about. With the Lenovo Dash solution, we intend to build and maintain a strong position in this area by addressing all of the market segments and empowering the channel to be successful with our Dash solutions. The core tenet of the Lenovo Dash offering is flexibility. Flexibility that allows our customers to choose from a wide range of services and a wide range of devices. In fact, our Dash solution takes flexibility to another level by allowing our customers to increase or move down a service as per their business needs. Customers can flex up or flex down, and this is one of our key differentiators. We are creating in the workplace a truly as a service model. Lenovo Dash can be simply explained as a fully managed and flexible service and support model that combines hardware, services, and software into a single configurable end-to-end solution at a predictable periodic fee. We also realize that Lenovo Dash solution isn't fully understood by all, and there are those that consider Dash to be just a one-size-fits-all leasing program where customers can only pay for devices over time. Subscription service, leasing program, consumption models are some of the other references to Dash, and they're not completely wrong. However, Lenovo's Dash is much more than that and can be what our customer needs it to be, serving as a vehicle to help customers make the digital transformation they need to embrace a modern IT environment. Net, it is actually all of these things and more, and can be applicable and beneficial for all customer segments. Dash being new, there are myths about what is really Dash, and I would like to take this opportunity to clarify some of these concepts. Myth 1, Dash is only a services offering with limited options. Honestly, if I was not at Lenovo, I would have said this is true. But the Lenovo Dash solution is an embodiment of one Lenovo solution that spans all of the businesses within IDG and can even extend to DCG. From the pocket to the data center, Dash can be whichever way the customer needs, giving them the flexibility to pick and choose the hardware, services, and even software they require. Myth 2, Dash is just a leasing program where customers can pay for devices over time. Dash really is a vehicle to help your organization affordably make the digital transformation they need to embrace a modern IT environment. Dash can have a real and lasting effect on businesses, from better employee productivity and higher talent retention to less downtime and a lower total cost of ownership. We are happy to be taking on the heavy lifting of IT management and serving as a strategic partner for the years to come. Myth 3. DaaS is one size fits all. While the DaaS model has traditionally been embraced by global enterprises, the newly encountered working demands of today really have opened the door to other segments. Our offering is incredibly flexible and can be completely customized on what the customer needs and when they need it, allowing them to pay for it via a predictable monthly fee. It's a more efficient IT solution for businesses large and small. So to summarize the benefits of Lenovo DaaS, it is better than buying on CapEx and more than just the lease. It would free up the business capital. It would help your organization mitigate cost by taking the device, and it could be a laptop, it could be a desktop, tablet, mobile phone, and by bundling it with a variety of services and software, all for a predictable monthly subscription fee, all under one contract and just one provider for you to hold accountable. And unlike hardware leasing, your organization would get a holistic solution that allows flexibility to scale the hardware over time. You also get the opportunity to leave the challenges of lifecycle management to the DaaS provider like us, allowing your organization to stay focused on your core business. And this would eventually deliver a lower total cost of ownership. I spoke about flexibility. That is, your organization could quickly scale up or down based on the current operating environment and business need, and pay for exactly what is the need and when it is needed. And most importantly, your organization and users will no longer be stuck with obsolete hardware, especially as technological innovation continues to outpace the average lifespan of devices. According to a research conducted by Intel Corporation, employees lose more than 1 week per year due to antiquated PCs, not to mention the impact on morale and employee frustration. Rahul, in his opening remarks, mentioned about the 6-stage PC life cycle. Lenovo's DaaS solution, besides the benefit I just mentioned, would help optimize and enhance experience over the entire life cycle while continuing to offer true flexibility. Starting with our planning services, which entails strategy, assessment, and personal consultation, and helps define the who, what, where, when, and why. We could set up the device catalog that integrates to your services catalog and allow for order flows seamlessly to Lenovo via standard APIs. Then the configuration services, we call it the device pre-stage for user via white glove. This would include BIOS settings, imaging, autopilot enrollment, and more as per your IT guidelines to give a wow out of the box feeling to your end user. The third stage of the life cycle is our deployment services, where we would deliver faster deployment of devices and enhance employee productivity and experience. This would also include data and profile migration so that your user would have access to information at the time of sign-in. Lenovo's rich performance of support and protection services would give your users the technical support, backup, and repair services needed to keep devices performing at peak efficiency. This also includes our signature offering, Premier Support, a 24/7 offering in 100+ markets, so you can safely travel across the globe and still get direct access to a specialist team of engineers that can diagnose and reduce downtime for the user, minimizing the need for on-site support or parts shipment. The next stage is managed services, and we provide a host of managed services like smart fleet management, on-site help desk, compliance monitoring and management, inventory control, and software solutions. The last but equally critical is the asset lifecycle stage, where we not only maximize residual value but also ensure data security and environmental compliance. The world of PC buying is changing, and the device as a service model is the future. As business models change and product offerings become more customized, decision makers are recognizing how DaaS will benefit their organizations. They are realizing that the subscription-based model offers the cost saving and flexibility they haven't been able to find with traditional PC purchasing models. Before I end, we at Lenovo are very proud that we manufacture some of the best devices in the industry. And now with our DAS solutions, we are happy to work with our customers and help make the digital transformation needed to embrace a modern IT environment. I hope this session helped you get an insight on Lenovo's DAS offering. Thank you.
And this brings us to the end of today's session. I hope you found it insightful, and the way I measure the success of any event is if you can remember even one thing and it can make an impact on the way you think about something or make an impact on the way you do something, I think we would be very, very happy. I'd like to thank Mr. Debashish Chatterjee, Mr. Parthasarthi, Daniel Fields and Rohit Mira for their insightful comments today. Organization success depended on digital transformation even before the pandemic. Pandemic has just accelerated it. Today it is not a matter of thriving, but a matter of surviving. In many aspects, the way organizations will work and the role of the IT department and the role of technology and the devices and the platforms has changed a lot. Any organization who does not make this as a strategic part of their planning and execution will tend to lag behind their competitors. And lastly, I am very confident that Lenovo has all the solutions, we have the internal competency, and we are building it further. And I'm sure that Lenovo has all the right solutions and the capabilities to help any organization, small or big, in this journey. Thank you.
Well, on that note, it's time to wrap up this virtual summit. Hope you enjoyed those industry insights and enjoyed the event as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. Thank you very much for being a part of Smarter India, Future Ready Flexibility here. Until next time, thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
Lenovo presents Smarter India, Future Ready Flexibility in association with CNBC TV 18.